Hey guys, this is Bryson with Dimes for Dollars. I've got a 2-box penny hunt this time. Real excited to get into it and see what we can find. You're looking for wheat pennies, Indian head pennies, Canadian cents, errors and varieties, all kinds of fun stuff you can find in penny boxes. And they're relatively cheap to order too, so that's always fun. Anyways, I'm excited to get started on this, and I'll bring you in on our first find. Alright, well, we're 10 rolls in now, and I thought I'd do a wrap up real quick of these 10 rolls. We got 2 40 sweet pennies and 2 50 sweet pennies. We also got some Canadians. We got a 1944 King George VI Canadian. We got a 1969 Canadian, 2004, and we got a Commonwealth of the Bahamas starfish one. That's pretty cool. We also got some S-mints. We've got, I think, 4 now. I'll be checking those for the errors. The 69S double die and the 70S small date. So I'll bring you back in on our next big find, or 10 rolls. Alright, well, 10 rolls later and we didn't find anything substantial, so I'll bring you back in after 10 more rolls or when we find something. Alright, well, we're 10 more rolls in, and we got a few good finds. We got a 1941 Philadelphia here, and a 46S. They're both kind of corroded, but they're still wheat pennies. We got a 56 Denver. We got 2 Canadians, and we got another good stack of S-mints. So I'll check those for the errors, and I'll bring you back in 10 rolls later, or on our next good find. Alright, 10 rolls later now, we got a 46S, and we got a 57D, and we got another good sized stack of S-mint pennies. So I'll bring you back in 10 rolls later, at the end of this first box. Unless we find anything cool, I'll see you then. Alright, well, that's the end of the first box. We got one more. This is a 73S. But no wheat pennies, so that's going to wrap up that first box anyways. We got one more box to go, so we'll get this open and bring you in after 10 rolls of the next big. Alright, well, we're 10 rolls into the next box, and we got 2 wheat penny finds. We got a 55D and a 58D. We also got 2 shiny copper pennies. We got a 1960D and a 1962D, and we also have 3 more S-mints to add to the pile. So I'll bring you back in when we find our next good find, or 10 rolls later. Alright, 10 rolls later, and we've got a few wheat pennies. We've got a 1941D right there. We've got a 1950S, and we've got a 1956D. We also got 2 new Canadians. We got a young head Queen Elizabeth and a 83. And we got a good sized stack of S's to add to the pile to look through. So we'll bring you back in 10 rolls later, or on the next big. Alright, 10 rolls later, and we've got a 1973 Canadian and another stack of S-mints to look for errors for. So we'll bring you back in after another 10 rolls, or if we find something good. Alright, well, we're about 40 rolls in, and I bring you in because we also found a 1920 Philadelphia. That's a pretty old find. That's awesome. That's over 100 years old. I'm excited about that one. We'll see if it fits a spot in the book, and I'll bring you in with a wrap-up when we get all this sorted through and see if there's any other wheat pennies. Well, unfortunately there was nothing else in that roll with the 1920, but we do have a 10 roll wrap up here. We've got a whole stack of S-mints. We've got 4 really nice copper cents. We did get a few wheat pennies. We got a 1958D, we got a 46S, and we got that 1920. So, a pretty exciting find. Unfortunately, it didn't fill a hole in the book, but we'll see if we can find anything else sold in these last 10 rolls. Alright, so those last 10 rolls are over. We got 4 new wheat pennies. We got 2 from the 40s here. And we got 2 from the 50s. Got a 57 and a 50 AD. We also got 2 Canadians, a 71 and a 84. And we got 2 more S-mints. So overall it was a pretty good hunt. I'll combine all the stacks and wrap it up for everyone. And I'll get back to you once I get it all stacked up. Alright, well here's the wrap up. We got a wide array of S-mints. We got some 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, and 74 S's. We got 9 wheat pennies from the 40s. We got 11 wheat pennies from the 50s. We've got a good handful of shiny copper pennies that might upgrade the album. We got 11 Canadians. One's a young head and one's a King George VI. We got this cool starfish Bahamas coin. And the star of the show is this 1920 Philadelphia. Pretty awesome to find. Well, overall this hunt's been a lot of fun. Found some good stuff. Please like and subscribe if you like this, and I'll hopefully have more videos out soon. And yeah, thanks for watching.